Hi, it is another day we get to discuss what is health, and we are still on emotional health dimension. And specifically, today we are going to talk on emotional regulation for children who are autistic and also those who have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Last week we covered on emotional regulation in general and how anyone can be able to achieve. Just a recap. Emotional regulation simply means how you regulate your emotions before you initiate any action or you stop any action, or even how you regulate your responses based on things that may trigger your emotions. In children who are either autistic or have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, these children have challenges in their social skills and also in their communication skills, and just that ability to concentrate on different things for the case of ADHD. And for them, change is a big thing. They don't take change lightly, and so you really need to prepare them if you're to do any change, regardless of how big or small it is. So also most of these children have other coexisting dysfunctions. Some kids will be autistic or have ADHD. Some will actually have both conditions at the same time, and on top of it they also have things like anxiety disorders or even things like speech disorders. So because of all these challenges, them being able to control their emotions becomes extremely challenging. So how do we help these kids? Just like any other children, these children can learn. So the first thing that you need to always remind your children, especially the autistic children, is that they should learn to stop. They should be able to know how far their emotions are triggered and when to stop. So what that means, whenever they're in a circumstance, they could be doing something, maybe you've told them, depending on the age, maybe you've given them something challenging, maybe they need to learn how to tie their shoes, and they've tried and it still doesn't work. You don't need to stop and help them. As long as you've shown them how to do, they need to keep on trying till they master it. Now, in that process, most kids will be very, very frustrated. Most of them will act out. So they'll have a meltdown, that means they'll throw a tantrum, or they'll even throw the shoe. They may even run, or they may even become aggressive and start hitting the person who is actually showing them how to actually tie their shoe. So what you need to remind them is, whenever they feel they are pushed, what they can do is they need to stop. They can ask for maybe a break. Now, depending with the age of a child, if it's a younger child and you think they are too frustrated, you can give them a break. You can tell them, okay, maybe we should stop doing this, and you can change to a different thing that they have mastered. And then once you do that for some time, then you come back and doing whatever you are trying to teach him or her to do. And if it's for an older child, let's say you're talking about a 10-year-old child, these can be able to know when they think it's too much. So once they think it's too much, they can ask for a timeout. So again, it's just a matter of taking the break and focusing on something else, and then they come and do it again. So as they take the break, they can just go out and get some fresh air, or they can sit with someone and have a conversation. Could be something related to what you want them to learn, or maybe it could be a different thing. Or you may just teach them to breathe in and out. Sometimes you can tell them, okay, you need to count 1 to 20. The whole idea is just to refocus their emotions, to regulate their emotions. Once you give them that break, then you can always revisit. What you should never ever allow is you postponing to teach your autistic child on how to acquire different skills just because you think helping them will be a better solution. Now, in case they were not able to actually stop and they had to go through the tantrum or the meltdown, At that point in time, just remember that you cannot have a logical conversation with them. They will not be listening, and if you try to do anything, they are more likely to be aggressive or just to act out. So if you see them having a meltdown, what you need to do is just calm them down. By calming them down, if they are crying, you can hug them, or if they want to go out, just let them go out. If they are becoming aggressive, you need to tell them it is wrong to be aggressive, but other than that, don't try to give them any explanation, because again, you cannot have any logical conversation when they are in that state. So once they have calmed down, what you need to do is you need to revisit. Just try to explain what actually happened when they are in a better mood. So try to explain, okay, this is what happened, what you did was wrong, and this is what I expected, so that they are also able to express themselves on why they had to go to, or why they had to do what they had to do. If for any reason they were pushed on the wall and then they were able to control their emotions, then that is better. And you need to tell them what you liked about what they did, so that you positively reinforce good and positive behaviors. And you should always teach them on how to anticipate in case they are going in a situation where it may trigger meltdowns. Maybe your child does not like public spaces, and for some reason you have to go to this public area. You need to prepare them. As we said, autistic children do not like change. They do not like this publicity and all this noise. They prefer being in their own world, doing what they like. So if you have to go out, if you're meeting a big group of people, or for example, if it's a child and you're taking them to school for the first time, you need to tell them beforehand. You need to tell them, like for example, if it's your child, you're taking them to school, you need to tell them you are going to school today, and mommy will leave you there, but she'll come back. Maybe when you go to school, you're going to find many children. These children are all your friends. In case you have a problem, you can ask so and so on. Maybe if you want to go to the washroom, or if you're hungry, you can ask teacher so and so. So you need to go through this process over and over again till the day that you actually go to school. And even when they go to school, most of the time, if it's an autistic child, depending the type of school, but most of the time, they'll always have a teacher who is going to be the one looking after this child. So make sure that that teacher also understands what is happening to this child, and they are also able to support them. And this teacher should also be able to know when to stop, when to give them a break in case they need one. But one thing that's for sure, if emotional regulation is done early, whether your child is autistic or not, they can master it. Emotional regulation is a skill, and patience and consistency is very key in the mastering of this skill. I really hope this is helpful. Thank you so much for taking time to watch this. It is always a pleasure.